Guys, the conflict in the Middle East, it is no longer about Iran and Israel. We have more than a dozen of countries going against each other. Last year we had Palestine and Pakistan going against each other, and there was no agreement on ending the war. So this tells us that the government is preparing for a world with more regional wars, disrupted trades, and higher military risk. The spending trends suggest that policymakers expect a prolonged instability rather than peace. So in my previous video, I said we're gonna discuss what the NATO are spending on. So the NATO is currently spending its money on deterrency, military readiness, largely because of the concerns about Russia war against Ukraine and the possibility of a wider security threatens Europe. So the Russian-Ukraine war, it might return again this year or next year. The alliance spending can be divided into several major categories. So number one is weapons and military. They are spending on air defense systems, missiles, tanks and armored vehicles, fighter aircrafts, ammunition production, naval vessels. Many NATO countries are rebuilding stockpiles that were reduced after the Cold War and supplying equipment to Ukraine. Number two, troops and military readiness. Money is being spent on recruiting soldiers, training exercises, higher troops readiness, deploying forces to NATO eastern flank. Countries such as Poland and Baltic states have expanded their armed forces significantly. 3. Support to Ukraine. NATO members are supporting Ukraine with military aid, training, intelligence support, logistics assistance. Number 4. Cybersecurity and hybrid warfare. Increased funds are going towards cyber defense, protection of communication networks, countering disinformation and critical infrastructure. There's a big change from 2% to 5%. Historically, NATO asked members to spend at least 2% of GDP on defense. In 2025, Alliance agreed on much more goal of 5% GDP to spend on the military until by 2035. The 3.5% is for military, troops, weapons, operation. The 1.5 is for a broad security spending, cyber security and infrastructure and resilience. NATO increased defense spending is signaling that the Western government expect more dangerous security environment over the next decade. Not a quick return to the stability. More money flows into ammunition production, naval security, military logistics, and cybersecurity. There we have it, my people. The war is not going to end, it's going to continue. It's going to keep on expanding, including the Red Sea, the oil disruption is still going to happen. So global inflation is expected to go up. Oil prices can go up, can spike up to 160, to 150 and 160 per barrel. So this